Hi, welcome to Top Farmers Know-How. I'm Amanda. In this video, we're going to go through some whole herd management tips for before and after dry-off. As a reminder, there are two goals of dry-off. The first is to cure as many existing subclinical mastitis infections as possible. The second is to prevent new infections from developing over the entire length of the dry period and into the next lactation. How successful you are at curing and preventing infections depends on lots of factors, including herd management before and after drying off. To cure as many existing subclinical mastitis infections as possible, it's helpful to sort out all of your tags and marking systems well before dry-off, so animals receive the right treatments and all treatments are able to be accurately recorded. Once your tags and marking system are sorted, a herd test within a couple of months of drying off or RMTing the herd within a few weeks of drying off will give you more information about which cows are likely to be infected. You can work with your vet to decide how to treat these animals. Cows milking more than 20 liters per day have delayed teat end closure compared with cows making less. Ideally, a cow should be dried off when she's making between 5 and 20 liters of milk per day. This is enough milk to allow the dry cow therapy to distribute throughout her udder, but not so much that cows are likely to be leaking and expelling the drug as she moves around. If your herd's heavy milking, it can be helpful to change the diet around the time of dry off to shut cows down. Talk with your vet or farm consultant about how to do this without compromising cow health. And finally, don't bring cows back into the milking shed for at least 7 days after dry-off. If a cow comes back to the milking shed, she might start dripping milk because she's let down oxytocin, and some of the dry cow antibiotic might be expelled. This could reduce cure rates. To help prevent new infections over the dry period, ideally, dry-off should occur in the middle of a stretch of fine weather. Delay drying cows off if it's raining sufficiently for teat ends to be wet or dripping. If you're drying off immediately after it's rained, be extra vigilant about stripping cows for mastitis prior to drying off. Don't dry cows off if they have clinical mastitis. Keep milking them and treat them with lactating tubes. Only dry them off once they've cured. It's always a good idea to avoid standing cows in dirty yards or pushing them with bikes, dogs, or backing gates, but this is especially important around the time of dry-off, since splashed dirt and muck can introduce new infections into open teat ends. Consider getting your vet to help you with staff training for dry-off, or ask them to help with drying cows off. Schedule dry-off so that it's manageable. If the workload's manageable, everybody drying cows off is more likely to do a clean job. Target a pace of about 25 cows per person per hour if you're inserting 1 tube per quarter. Drops of water can carry dirt and muck with them into open teat ends, which can cause new infections. If a cow becomes slow or sick or gets mastitis within a few days of dry-off, it was probably an infection that got introduced during drying off by unhygienic practices or was picked up immediately before or after drying off from a wet or dirty environment. Black mastitis from E. coli being introduced into the teat end is especially dangerous. Any cow that becomes sick with black mastitis should be aggressively treated following your vet's advice as soon as she's identified. If you need to remove the dry cow therapy from a quarter which develops clinical mastitis during the dry period, don't repeat treatment with another tube of dry cow therapy. This will lead to a significant risk of inhibitory substance grades at calving. Hopefully you found these tips for managing the herd for a successful dry-off useful. Check out our other Top Farmers videos for more information about drying off.